Peace and love, peace and love. Welcome back, Divine Chakras. Welcome back to the channel. I'm excited. We got a new workspace, we got a new area, and it's been on my mind to come and do a message for y'all. So, we're gonna read some cards. I am gonna just read straight off energy. I've been getting all weekend that somebody needs a message. I know that we've had some major transitions that have been happening since January. One of our big major transitions that just happened over the weekend that we haven't seen in 84 years is Uranus in Gemini. So we're not going to talk about that today. I kind of touched on a little bit of it on my last video. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can definitely check it out. But it's not going to be like your traditional astrology video, so to say. There's a million of those out there. But that video specifically talked about the return of Sophia. And so Sophia has been speaking to me a lot lately. It's crazy because I just went to a hammam not too long ago. If you don't know what a hammam is, look it up. It's amazing, especially for women, more so for women. This one was for. But, and right across the street from the hammam is an apartment complex called the Sophia. And so I'm like, girl, okay, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Okay. So we're going to tap into the energy, but first let's clear the air. Let's clear the air. I'm going to ring a bell. We're going to clear the air. Get that energy flowing and moving in here. And just a little bit of protection with the selenite here to seal it. And we're just going to call on our divine ancestors and our divine, hold on, y'all. We're going to call on our divine ancestors and our, I'm going to take this first card out. Divine ancestors, I keep trying to say that. Divine ancestors and divine spiritual team that are going to assist us here. All right. So I just ask for a positive message for the person or those that need to hear the message, that they receive it with open arms. Ashe. And for those that are watching and are trying to find a message, if it resonates, leave it. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. Okay? Please don't try to force it. Don't try to fit yourself in the box, which is the message. I'm trying to basically say, don't force it if it doesn't need to be. Okay? I will have many more readings, but this reading is going to be for the one that needs it. All right? So first card out is the seven of wands. All right? I feel like somebody is very indecisive right now, and I feel like it's like I hear like one shoe on and one shoe off, one foot in and one foot out. I hear like somebody straddling the fence right now. And I'm seeing an image of like somebody going like this, like, yo, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I feel like it has a lot to do with the Nine of Pentacles came out sideways. And I feel like this energy, this card actually came out third, but I'm going to get to this other card in a second. But I feel like this entire thing has to do with money, which I'm glad that we're talking about that right now, because I feel like with the Chiron going into Taurus right now, which my Chiron in my chart is in Taurus, we are, I say we because this message is for those who I'm hearing right now are struggling with safety and security and realigning themselves with like basic survival. Like, what does it look like for me to survive, and how am I going to survive these next coming decades, right? These next coming years, when the shift is changing, when the system is resetting, right? And so that's the energy I'm getting right now, okay? So very indecisive, just, I feel like you're hard at work, but you're hardly working. And I mean that to say, like, you feel like you're just running in place. You just, like, I feel like you feel like there's no traction. And this doesn't even have to be with like a job per se. This is more so like, I've been doing all of these things all of these years, and I feel like I have nothing to show for it. Okay? And so this Nine of Pentacles, It's definitely some Virgo energy. I feel like you're being really hard on yourself. I feel like you're really being hard on yourself, and I feel like you're thinking too far into it. And this is a time right now when we need to be resting and resetting. The message that I've been getting since the beginning of the year is that we need to be focusing on healing our nervous system, specifically the vagus nerve, all right? And that's vagus is VAGUS, all right? And I actually just put in my Amazon cart a bunch of books about the nervous system, about the vagus nerve as well, because even for me this year, I am realigning my life with like how I want to move forward and structure not just like my finances, but like actually how I'm obtaining those finances. Because the way that we get money, the way that we exchange for goods, and the way that we exchange our time for money, all of that is going to change. Okay, all of that is going to change, and it's going to change rapidly and quickly, especially with like the things in our immediate circle. That's Gemini. Gemini is your immediate neighborhood, your immediate network. So that's your schools, your hospitals, your libraries, your stores, the gas station up the street, the corner of the store down the street, the bodega, the botanica. Like that is Gemini. Gemini is the places where you can get to quickly, right? The people that you see a lot of, so like your neighbors and things of that sort, that is Gemini energy. Some of Gemini energy. Gemini also rules the mind, communication, as well as the nervous system. Okay? And so here comes the star card. Here comes Aquarius coming in to jump in and tell us to loosen up and to strap in, right? Strap in. Okay? And literally, it's so funny that this card, because the age of Aquarius is here, right? And this is the age of the I know. Like what have you learned? What have you actually like retained since your spiritual awakening, since you've come into knowledge of self, and getting back to nature, and all these different aspects of esoteric spiritualism? What have you learned? What information have you obtained? What do you know? And how can you monetize? How can you monetize what you know? How can you monetize the facts? How can you monetize your research? Right? And so Aquarius is the humanitarian. Okay? It's a fixed air sign. So fixed in the way of Aquariuses can be know-it-alls. I'm just going to say that. Geminis can be know-it-alls too. But Gemini just be all over the place. Think of like jack of all trades, but the master of none. But they say it's better to know more than it is to know one, And so that's the beautiful energy that I love about air, is that we are moving into an era of becoming more adaptable. The slowness and the rigid and fixed energy of Earth that we've been, that's that Capricorn shit, right? That Pluto and Capricorn. Yeah, we've been out of that energy, but now things are going to start speeding up. Like today, I woke up and I said, you know what? I'm going to switch around the office, and I'm going to set up an area for me to specifically do readings. I have my other desk over there, which that other desk is for like, my regular work and all the other stuff that I do. But like this area is where I'm going to be doing my jewelry and my readings and things of that sort. And I literally got up and I, got dressed and did this and did that and was up and down the steps and moving around. And it's just like, I just have all of this energy that I just got to get out. You know what I'm saying? And so it's also the year of the fire horse, y'all. This energy is coming in fast. Water has so many different elements to it. It can move fast. It can be still, but it's all about how, if you build a dam, you can block the water. You know what I'm saying? If you open up a canal, the water can go faster. If you close the canal, it can go slower. So you are the conduit for this energy, is what I'm saying. We are water and electric beings. And so think of like you being a conduit, and this is that Uranus energy right here. Think of you being a conduit, and you are literally like taking a magic wand, and you're like, shooting that magic wand towards different, people, places, and things that you want to serve you, but you're trying to, I don't want to say like manipulate the energy, but shit, that's what we fucking do every day. A lot of us don't even realize that we are in fact, magicians, and we tap into the natural abilities to move and create dark energy. And I don't mean that like, oh, evil dark shit. I mean like y'all be manifesting every day and y'all don't even fucking realize it. You don't even realize how powerful you are. You know what I'm saying? So this is why like this energy comes into saying like, listen, as much movement as you're doing, as much like upheaval as it may feel like, as much as you feel like people are against you, you have to keep moving. Even if you have on a heel and a sneaker, right? And you got on two different shoes because you in two different worlds, you still gonna have to keep moving, right? And eventually things will balance out. But right now is the time of not even, I don't want to say planning, because a lot of y'all have been planning. It's time to fucking execute. It's time to just get that shit done. No matter what. It's like they say, the investor, or I should say the entrepreneur, will do the thing and figure it out later. Like that's the energy of right now. You need to do the thing and figure it out later, okay? All right, so we had the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles came out sideways. We had the Star card, which is also a major arcana card. This is number 17, which is also 8. We're going into a new cycle. We're going into a new karmic cycle. Karma has been cleared. Your slate has been cleared, okay? This card on top is actually very divine. And I want to kind of touch on this really, really quick. These are oracle cards from a girl that I watch on YouTube. Her name is Florence Given. Shout out to Florence because, yo, her energy is like fucking A1, all right? But these are 50 cards to protect your energy and find self-love. She also has a book. She has a couple of books, but the most recent book that I purchased of her was Women Living Deliciously. And then I saw that she had oracle cards, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need those. But the card that's on top that's sitting here that really flows with this message right now is ditch the narrative. It's going to be so hard for a lot of people to shift into this energy because you dragging your feet. You got these heavy ass work boots on, and those work boots, they symbolize the old world, the old way of doing things, right? And I always say, don't be the cassette that got left behind because it didn't want to turn into a CD, right? Like you can't get left behind because you want to hold on to the old ways of the world. That shit is done, like the old way of doing things, the having one income and you're only relying on one income. Like, a lot of us have been in the dark and we've just only worked one job, and it's just like, oh, and you wonder why people are passing you. This information is not old. This is like shit that has been out here. But for a lot of us, we've been so blinded by, of course, what our parents taught us, what the system has taught us. And you just need to focus on one thing only. And it's just like, how can you actually survive now in this time, in these days, with just one source of income, with just one thought? You have to be open. We have to like shut down those fences that we have up and be open. The world is changing. People are evolving. People's consciousness is rising. And you're going to have to be able to keep up with this shit. Ditch the fucking narrative, okay? A woman is, and this deck of cards is like for women specifically, but like anybody can read it, but I'm going to read directly what's on the back of this, okay? A woman is so much more than her relationship status. It's literally the least interesting thing about her, okay? So for me, I'm hearing like Capricorn, like, and so not necessarily your relationship status, but just your status and how you relate to the world, right? That is Capricorn. That's that old shit that we're getting away from, okay? We have been indoctrinated over the years to romanticize weddings, and society distracts women from oppressive truth using the usual persuasive capitalist methods, only this time with illusionary haze of an engagement ring and the promise that once we are married, we will finally be living our perfect life. American dream. We were coerced to go to college. We were coerced to go after that one job and to stay there for 20 plus, 30 plus years so we can get a pension and get a retirement, get our retirement pension and then get Social Security. Shit, we don't even know Social Security will be there when we get old, right? So it's like, yes, like, okay, for women, you know, that's a whole separate conversation. But what I'm trying to get you to see is that romanticizing the weddings is romanticizing, you know, the dream job. Society distracts women from oppressive truth using usual persuasive capitalistic methods. That's exactly what the system does. The system treats us all like little kids and just feeds us lies and bullshit every day about how we should do this to get these results. But people are realizing that shit is not working and we've been lied to. And how am I supposed to survive off of just the fairy tale or the longing for the American dream when we know you got to be asleep to get it, right? What if they're not seeing anyone? Will you be just excited for them then? So basically, like, if the world is saying, okay, like, we're telling you all of these things, but like, we're not gonna tell you. This is what I'm hearing, right? If I'm telling you these things, but I'm not showing you how, I'm not telling you how, I'm not giving you real world examples, right? How is it that we can be excited for things to come when we don't even like know how to pursue the excitement? Okay? So it really just goes to say that Uranus and Gemini, we're going to have to really start rethinking and realigning ourselves with what we want, with the things that we want to align ourselves with. Okay? So I just wanted to do a detour on that. And for whatever reason, this damn devil card is sitting right here. So we're going to take that because I don't know where this card came from. And it's been sitting there. But it's a lot of us. And this is Capricorn energy. Come on, Spirit. This is Capricorn energy right here. The illusion of attachment to worldly things, right? To worldly obsessions, to worldly toxic behaviors and thought processes and ways of life. We have to get away from that. And we don't even realize that these chains, they're very loose. And this woman is bound, this man is bound. This almost looks like Trump a little bit in this picture. If y'all look at it. Kind of looks like Trump a little bit. Right? And then you have the puppeteer here. Let me tell you, these chains, they're breaking. But for some of us, we still want to be bound and tied because we feel like it's safe, it's comfortable. It's our normal operating system. Your nervous system is under a spell, is essentially what I'm trying to say. And for a lot of us, with this nervous system being under a spell, eventually spells dissipate because the energy can no longer like sustain itself. And the reason why I say that is because we have to realize like things are karmic. Things have a karmic ending, and at the same time they end, they also begin, right? And that's why I say we're in a new cycle. You cannot let the old ways keep you entangled. You cannot let the old ways keep you in a quantum entanglement with these things that don't serve you no more. You know they don't serve you no more. And that's why you have one foot in and one foot out. Because you're still like, well, I need my comfort. I need my comfort. I need my comfort. Hello. Come on, death. That's 3 major arcana cards right here. Somebody's going through a huge transformation. Somebody's going through a major shift right now. Congratulations to you. You are shedding old skin. All right? We just came out of the year of the snake. You are shedding new skin. But guess what? In this new era, you're going to have to crawl before you walk. You're going to have to crawl before you walk. Wow. So, somebody is going through a major shift right now. And I'm hearing a major upgrade. And I feel like somebody feels like they can't make it. Or a lot of people right now, a collective amount of energy feels like, yo, like, I can't make it, right? But I feel like I'm hearing cardio. I'm hearing cardio. You got to get your heart health in check. Your heart is what pumps blood through the body, but it's also an electric organ, right? And so the spark, or the spark of life, the spark of energy comes from the heart. Realigning your heart chakra is what I'm hearing right now. But in order to do that, you have to let death take its course. You have to let things die out. And it's fucking scary. Shit. This shit is fucking scary. Okay. Alright, so I'm here to put this deck down. I'm gonna grab this oracle deck here. I forgot the name of this one. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Because I know y'all like to see decks. Because some of y'all may want to use it on your journey. But it's called the Numerology Guidance Cards. So we're going to get, Spirit, I just want to get just like an overall theme for this reading, please. Which I should have pulled this first, but shoot, sometimes you just want to get to the message. Sometimes you just want, ooh, my head is like tingling right now. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Pride. You got too much fucking pride. You think you too good for the shift. And you don't believe that the world is changing. Sad. You don't think the world is changing. You think that this is just blasphemy. You don't believe that we are in fact shifting. That's why you got one foot in and one foot out. Your pride is holding you. That pride is a heavy weight. I'm getting Leo energy right now. I'm hearing Leo. I'm also hearing Aquarius, but I'm really picking up on Leo, like sun energy, right? And this could be somebody who was actually making some money too. Like, I feel like, yo, you it's not like you necessarily struggling with money, but I just feel like you tired. You're tired of the hustle and the bustle of the in and out every day. You know, you're tired of sitting in traffic. You're tired of spending 2 hours commuting. That's to and fro. Meaning like 1 hour there, 1 hour back to the house. I feel like you're tired of getting up in the morning. You know, you're tired of not having time to do the things that you want to do. You're tired of not being able to, do things with your family. I also hear like somebody travels for work. This could be for somebody that travels a lot for work and is never home. I hear flight attendant too. So maybe like you may not be a flight attendant, but maybe you fly a lot and you go to a lot of places. And you can't even take your family with you, obviously for circumstances, but your money is keeping you like, I'm hearing like your money is keeping you humbled. And I mean that like your money is keeping you small. Your comfort is what keeping you small. And you know you fucking deserve more than this. But it's your pride, baby. It's your pride. You got too much fucking pride for me. It's like, okay. I think what I'm gonna do. I didn't want this reading to be too long. Let's pull another tarot card real quick, and then we're gonna get to the inner child deck, inner child oracle, because I feel like somebody needs some inner child healing right now too. A lot of our greatest ideas come from our subconscious, and a lot of our subconscious is blocked because you know, life be serious. And, you know, childlike energy has no place in the world. So your inner child is wounded. That's why you got so much pride, because you trying to prove it to yourself. You trying to prove it to your mama and your daddy, and they might not even be here no more. I'm hearing that too. Like maybe you trying to yeah, listen. I'm telling you now. I'm sorry. Your mother and your father lied to you. And it's really breaking your heart, because you're realizing that the life that we've been living is a lie. You know, and a lie, what I mean by a lie is like, okay, obviously, you know, life is real and we're here. Life be life, and life shit be happening, right? But what I mean is like the essence of life, the bread of life. Like what feeds you? A lot of our parents didn't even have the opportunity to pursue their goals and their passions, you know, because they were in survival, you know, and they did the best that they could with what they had. But we are I know you heard the saying, we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. And we are, I know that both of my parents are no longer here. My mother just recently passed last August. My dad passed, in 2014. So, 12 years this year, he passed. And I know that I'm my parents' wildest dream, because, you know, my parents worked very, very hard, and they both worked for the government, and they worked for the government for years, to the point where my mother, she retired and she went back twice. She retired twice and went back. Okay. And it's because she's just so, in that moment I knew, like, you know, this woman is programmed to just work. And, you know, it's hard to sit with yourself when you've been, you know, curated in chaos and madness and, you know, noise for so long. It's hard for you to sit with yourself and sit still, you know. And yes, my mother, she sat still a lot, but she also read a lot too. So, you know, it's just like, I know that there's a life that my mother wished she could have lived, but she just wasn't able to, because, you know, she was in survival, and she comes from the era of civil rights, and, you know, we fought for these things, and so we want to take advantage of them. And, you know, it's heartbreaking, because the truth shall set you free. Three of Swords. The truth shall set you free. And, you know, knowledge, whether that's, you know, knowledge of this or knowledge of that, or knowledge of up and knowledge of down, regardless, knowledge is going to always pierce in the heart. It's going to always pierce the heart. And so when you're coming into the knowledge of truth and light, it's fucking heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, because you're like, yo, so what about all these years? What about all those years? Meant something. They meant something. You cannot throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can't just throw all of your teachings away and think that, you know, you're going to have to just unlearn and relearn. But again, you cannot take the baby out with the bathwater, okay? Throw the baby out with the bathwater, excuse me. Whew, that's heavy. That's heavy. All right, we're going to get one more card here. All right, Spirit, we're just get one more card for the collective on this reading. Ooh, yeah. Two of Pentacles. Another very like, and this is about money. This is like, should I do this or should I do that? This is exactly where you are right now. You are in the midst. And I'm hearing like, and this is another thing of pride. I feel like you gonna think that these people in your life gonna judge you. We're gonna let that sit in for a second. Judgment. One of the things that we came here in life and learn a lesson, what I've been told through just research is that we have to learn how to accept judgment, because from the other person who's judging you, it's coming from a place of insecurity. It's coming from a place of lack thereof, whether it's, lack of material, lack of spirit, lack of knowledge, lack of health, lack of self-esteem, lack of, of knowledge of self, power. All of these different lacks are what people use to cast judgment on others, especially those that they envy or that they wish that they could emulate energy, right? That type of energy that they protrude out into the world. And so this is why you are, look at his face. He's like, oh my God, this is a lot. This is a lot. I got these resources over here, and I got these resources over here, but I'm hearing like integration. I'm hearing integration, and this is for those that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, right? You're gonna have to integrate the two worlds, the two physical worlds. And this could be the physical and the spiritual, or excuse me. Ooh. I feel like maybe you're getting choked up right now, or you have like a dry throat or something like that. But either way, this is the Two of Pentacles, right? You're gonna have to learn how to balance and integrate, is what I'm hearing. And that is like, I hear like that's the final answer. Like, it's not as complicated as you think it is what I'm hearing. Like, that's why I hear like when I said originally, like, you're overthinking this. You're thinking too much into it. It's like I'm just hearing, stop watching all those fucking videos. Stop watching all those fucking videos. And think for yourself. I done picked up this deck. Like, I got one more card. I guess there's one more card. So let's do it. All right. So final word. Before we get into our inner child deck. Oh, yes. Oh, the Seven of Cups in reverse. You're going to have to let all this noise go. See all that chaos? All that shit just causes a nervous system overload. Seven of Cups. That's a whole lot of shit. A whole lot of noise. A whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of distractions. You see the cloud? It's in clouds. And the cups are filled with different stuff. I want to be this. I want to do that. I need money. I want this. Like, I want power, like I want to be in front of the camera. I want stardom. I want to be famous. I want money, and all of these distractions. You need to get somewhere. You need to get fucking quiet. You need to get somewhere. You need to get quiet. You need to get serious. And you need to do it now, today, right now, after you listen to this reading. You need to go and sit with yourself. We got a full moon coming up. Is it full moon in Scorpio? I think it's a full moon in Scorpio. Yeah. So this is gonna be a time where a lot of the dark parts of your mind are going to be illuminated, and you're gonna be feeling the feels. That's why I'm like, with that three of swords. Yeah, you're going to be feeling the feels, but you're going to try to use your pride to dry up those tears. But it's, no, there's no way. There's no way that you can continue to live the way you're living, is what I'm hearing. As this printer is making noise out of nowhere. And I'm just going to take that sign as, yeah, that's definitely for you. That's a confirmation. Alrighty, so inner child deck, because somebody needs some inner child healing today. I'm going to advise that you write down the prompt and journal about it, okay? Write down the prompt and journal about it. Again, the Inner Child Oracle deck. I use this a lot for when I used to do shadow work readings, which I do want to eventually open my readings back up. Although I don't use my Instagram anymore for real, but the link to book readings is on there. I need to take that shit down because I don't even use that no more. But if you want to book a reading, just email me, divinechakras777@gmail.com. If you want to book a reading, just email me. I got you. I'll send you my price list because I don't do readings for free. But I will send you my price list, and I will send you like how you can get the reading. So if you want to do like a video, like a pre-recorded video reading, I'll make it a private YouTube video. Only you can see it, and you'll have the reading forever. Or if you want to like actually get on the phone with me and talk with me, we can also do that. Or we could do like a mini reading, you know, like a little 15-minute reading, and I can basically like just narrate it to you and send it that way. So like we can do, you know, the most I do honestly is like 30 minutes. I don't be doing no hour readings no more. But you know, 15 or 30-minute readings is what I do for the most part. You know, we can talk about some inner child healing. We can talk about shadow work. There's a lot of stuff that we could talk about. We could talk about nervous system healing, and what to do in order to heal your nervous system, and how to calm your mind and center and ground yourself so that you can live a more healthy, you know, meaningful life instead of walking through noise all the time and being, you know, stressed out, and, you know, your cortisol levels are through the roof, and, you know, your brain is just all over the place all the time, and you don't know how to just settle and quiet yourself. Like we can also do that. But yeah, again, divinechakras777@gmail.com. That's my email. So, woo! Wow. Ow. You ready for this? You ready for this card? You ready? I don't think you're ready for this. What'd I say? Go inward. All right, Spirit. I'll tell him. Take time today to meet with your inner child. Find a comfortable spot, close your eyes, and let your awareness go inward. Feel for the place within you that draws you in, and allow your inner child to come to you there. Let them be as they are, embracing them, listening to them, and providing them with unconditional love. So this one doesn't have a prompt on it. Some of them do, some of them don't. So I'm going to give this one a prompt. Okay? And the prompt is, so get ready. All right, I'm going to let you get a pen and paper real quick. Or if you need to pause the video or whatever, go ahead and do that. Going inward. And she has like butterfly wings, which is a butterfly we know is transformation, which that's also with the death card, the death and renewal. Okay. So the prompt is, if you had to meet your younger self today, what would you tell yourself and why? Another way to take this is, if you had to parent If you had to reparent your inner child, what would you say? Okay? So, that is the message today, my loves. That is the message for today. In order to get rid of that pride, you got to go within. That's the only way out, is in. All right? I love y'all. Catch you later. Peace.